Since Kandi Burruss made her divorce announcement, a lot of clips have resurfaced showing exactly what Kandi meant when she said the divorce was brewing for a while now and she was going through it. Because watching Todd's thinly veiled resentment of Kandi being the breadwinner has painted a clear picture of what happens when role reversal goes wrong.
Role reversal gone very wrong because Kandi took on the responsibility of this man, and she has not been the same, I would say, because, I was reading somewhere about what her worth is and what it was before she met him. And would you not believe that her worth, now according to what I read, allegedly is less than now that she married him, because there are people out there, there are people out there talking about he elevated her, and the comments was like, no, he didn't.
Exactly.
There's no way. If anything, there was a decrease in her monetary,
oh my God,
that she has out there. And it's like, where how, Sway?
Right. And it's funny then, because that clip, one of those clips that was going around where he ended up saying how a woman should use everything she has to support her man, and these boss women who are always so busy saying man gonna end up alone. In that, he ended up talking about saying that, well, if the man has supported you and made you a boss and leveled you up and got you into the big time and been there to be your inspiration or whatnot and give you children, then doesn't he deserve something? Because Kandi was like, no man should be trying to take 50% of his wife's worth, her net worth or her earnings. And he was saying, well, what if the man did all this? But you saying, based on what you heard, he didn't do all that.
No, and we see now it was a scheme he set up because he put that out there like that to say he bossed her up. No, this woman was a boss before she met him. And in fact, she was such a boss, and he knew she was such a boss till he set up the scheme for all these co-workers to whisper in her ear, oh, this man likes you, this man likes you, this man likes you, and that was a scheme, okay? Because when she did notice, then all of a sudden he's going to act as if he didn't check her out like that.
Right.
It was a scheme, in my opinion. Yeah. Because she was not looking for him, she was not checking for him. Right. But some kind of way, if he felt that he could sort of bring her down a notch or two and make her think that he wasn't interested in her. A boss like her, which she was already a boss, making millions, worth millions. Yeah. And he knew that. A boss like her, if he could bring her down a few pegs, then she would be interested in him. And it seems like it worked, because when I heard the story of how she had to really confront him on a couple of things after she started to notice him, I said, Kandi, girl, this is not for you. This was a scheme. This was a trick. He tried to get your attention, and now here you are running after this man talking about, I thought we were going to do what have you. Yeah. When she went to his house.
Right. So that's really interesting. And that's the first instance of role reversal that happened. Like when they first got started. Because when you think about Kandi's history as far as dating concerned, she was dating people like Jermaine Dupri. Right. And Block, who's also a producer. Yes. And, she was dating the big names. She wasn't interested in a Todd, who was a line producer for a show that she didn't even have any regular interactions with.
Exactly.
So when he did that, because it was on that Black Love interview that they did, he basically started going around telling the producers that she did work with, that she did have scenes, directed by or produced by, told those producers to tell Kandi that Todd thought she was cool and wanted to take her out. Yeah. And it's like, who are you? So he wasn't on her radar. So he ended up telling the producers. He told Phaedra to tell Kandi. So all these people going up to Kandi saying, hey, this dude Todd, he like you, ain't he cute? You know, he want to take you out. I know someone who want to take you out. And so now Candy's all like, Todd? Who's Todd? Who's Todd? Yeah. So now he's on her radar when he never was before. Exactly. Basically, they had worked together for months without her ever even knowing him. Right. And then all of a sudden, in the space of a few weeks, here comes, oh, Todd. And so when she's thinking, oh, this man is interested, when she actually now has like recognition for who this is, he completely ignores her. Mm-hmm. And when they were talking about that, she was like, why did you do that? If you were so interested, like, you know, if this is 5 years later after they married or whatnot, mm-hmm. She's like, well, yeah, they were all telling me that you were interested. If you were so interested, why did you ignore me when we actually had a chance to connect?
Because it was his game plan.
And that's what he ended up saying. He said it was a player move. See? He was trying to be a man of mystery. So basically, what he did was he wanted to make her interested in him, so then she would be the one doing the running and chasing after him. That's what happened. Instead of him chasing after her. And that is a role reversal right there. Because everyone knows the Bible says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor from the Lord. So it's the man that's doing the hunting and the looking and all of that going after. But he tried to flip the script so that Kandi was the one doing the running and looking for him and trying to figure out, oh, well, what is he interested or not? Or, you know, all of that.
And she's been doing it ever since because she tried to create businesses so that he could be in charge of, mm-hmm. to have something to say that, oh, well, Todd is doing this, or this is Todd's business. Yep. And she's been pulling this man up ever since. The role reversal is dangerous.
Right. And I mean, that's one of the highest forms of gaslighting right there, too. Because like you said, she was creating these opportunities for him so that he could, you know, be better than what he had or do better than what he was previously doing. And she even said that, too, in the interview because, you know, the whole thing was they were working on the show together. Mm-hmm. And supposedly there was like a no fraternization clause or something, like the crew and the cast shouldn't be dating or anything like that, mm-hmm. because they were thinking that the crew would give some of the cast members like a step up above the others. Mm-hmm. And so supposedly there was this big thing they shouldn't be dating. But if that's the case, why did Todd end up telling all the producers, hey, tell Kandi I want to take her out?
Right, because that was a whole scheme.
It's like, what? But so when it came to push came to shove, they were just hooking up and everything. Kandi ended up going to him and was like, well, you need to make a decision because she doesn't have time to just be running around with him. Mm-hmm. And she did that because he did another player move on her. Yeah. When she, because they were hooking up, they had to supposedly keep it secret because it is no fraternization. So they were at each other's houses back and forth middle of the night. So it became intimate really quickly. And y'all saw that clip, how he was going around. You gave up the goods in 2 weeks, Kandi. You nasty.
Just putting her out like that.
So she basically, she was, you know, in bed with him, all that, and she thought that they were something more than they were. Todd even said on that Black Love interview, yeah, I like to play girlfriend and boyfriend. That was his thing. He'd woo her, take her on a real nice date, and as soon as the woman started thinking that, oh, we go together, whatnot, he'd be like, hold on. We ain't together. And he did that to Kandi. He made her think that they were, you know, together, they were dating, this was her man. And so one day she was on the way back from a trip and she was talking to him on the phone and he didn't give her the impression that he had anything to do that night. Mm-hmm. So she thought, well, she hasn't seen him in a while, so she'll swing by his place and surprise him. Mm-hmm. She swings by his place and he opens the door and he's looking her up and down like, what you doing here? Wow. He was all dressed to go out with some other woman. And Kandi was just standing on that door. So he didn't even let her in. Kandi was standing on the doorstep like, oh, okay. And then she had to play it off like, well, she knew he was seeing other people. But, you know, she was so used to other men who she had dated. really wanting to make time to see her. So if she showed up, they'd be happy to see her. Yet here he was like, what you doing here? He got plans. He going out. And when he did that, that's another. He flipped the script on her, because the next thing you know, here she come. You got to make a decision. What are we doing?
And herein lies the problem. She's always tried to cover up for him in some kind of way. And years and years, when people suspected even then that this was not going to work, because of what they saw in the dynamics of their relationship, there were people always saying that it isn't going to work. And then there were people like us wanting it to work for her sake, because I thought I didn't want her to be hurt. So I wanted it to work. But then there were people out there that knew it wasn't, because they saw the things that he was doing. Like recently, I just saw a clip that he was doing a post, and he took a picture of her while she was in the kitchen cooking, and she didn't think she was looking her best, and she said, no, why would you do that? And what does this 5 feet person and under is really 5 with his behavior? I say he's not 5 feet nothing, which someone said that. I say that's interesting. I said he's 5 feet and under. He's below 5 feet. With the way he did this woman with that post, he posted that. He made that the thumbnail, the picture that she said, no, why would you do that?
Exactly.
Why are you treating this woman like this, who's done nothing but try to pull you up and try to cover for you?
Exactly.
So therein is the problem. She was never to try and cover for him.
Exactly.
He was supposed to cover her. The man is to cover the woman. The man is to protect the woman.
Exactly.
The man is to provide for the woman. And the role reversal is very dangerous.
It really is. It really is. And with that picture, because she basically, she didn't have on any makeup or anything like that, so you could see the things that she normally covers up with makeup. And with her business, how she looks, the image she presents to the public, that's part of her branding.
Exactly.
And so he knew exactly what he was doing. It was last year that he posted this, 2024, her birthday. So it was sometime in May of 2024. They were on a trip for her birthday, and she's the one who provided the luxuries and the upgrades with her money.
Of course.
So they were I think they were island hopping for her birthday, and he goes and swings the camera towards her as she's in there, like you said, cooking breakfast or something, and you could see the things that normally makeup covers up for her.
Exactly.
And she said, what are you doing? And immediately puts her hand in front of the camera to stop him from filming and putting it on, live.
So where is the protection for your wife?
Exactly. And so everyone sees that she doesn't want to be seen like that. But not only does he put this as the cover for his Instagram reel, but he pins that as one of the first posts that you see when you go to his Instagram page. It's the very first post, a picture of her that she did not want publicly available.
Yeah.
He put that up on her birthday, no less.
My.
So, that shows you his intent towards her. To me, it seems like he spent that entire marriage punishing her.
Yes.
Because she stepped out of the role that she was supposed to be in. And we've talked about this before on this channel with various relationships that we've seen, the Adam agenda and the Eve syndrome. And what happens with the Adam agenda is these men, when a woman steps outside of the role that she is supposed to be in, where she is catered to, where she is the one who's being chased after, where she is the one who is the prize, when she steps out of that, starts doing all this stuff for this man, giving him the cookies before they marry, all of that, then the man, he may take advantage of it. He may be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, cater to me, do this for me. Yeah, he gonna take advantage of it. But in the back of his mind, he's like, oh, this what type of time we on? And he does everything he can to humble or humiliate that woman, because she has stepped out of the place that she's supposed to be in. And especially when that woman can do more for the man than he can do for himself, that turns into a whole level of resentment that woman really ends up having no escape from.
And it's so much of that out here.
Yeah, because in that marriage, so you guys, I know you've seen all these prenup clips going around, and people want to make it seem like Kandi waited to the last minute to
she didn't.
She did not. She told this man about this prenup months before the wedding.
Certainly did.
What Todd did was he waited until the last minute to say, oh no, he wasn't going to sign.
Right.
And so to make it seem like she sprung this on him at the last minute. And what happened with that prenup, she ended up saying, well, if you're not going to sign it, there's not going to be a wedding. It's just as simple as that. He tried to make it seem like, he was going to force her hand to make her go through with the wedding without the prenup. That's not what happened. She made sure he signed it. It was on videotape as well as being filmed for the RHOA special that they did.
Right.
But what that man did after being made to sign that prenup, that is so crazy, because Kandi told about this, how the first few months of their marriage were so hard. They were very difficult because that man did not take her on a honeymoon after their wedding.
Wow. That
man decided that, he has to go to LA to work for 4 months. Because he got to make this money. And this man left his wife at home in Georgia for 4 months, went and stayed with like his single friends, male friends, where they would go and work on this set of this TV show. And then, because he's like this party animal, that's what she was saying. So after that, they would go and socialize all night long with all these single people and the cast and crew from this new show. And Todd was the type of person who basically, he would close the club down. He would get almost pass out drunk, close the clubs down. He said that he basically had to stay to the end of the party to see where the next party was going to be.
Wow.
To see where all the cool people were going to be. That's what he said to her. And she was like, that's just thirsty.
Wow.
But he would do that. So this man who's mad at his wife leaves her 4 months right after the wedding and goes and basically lives the life of a single man, partying all night long till he gets drunk. And then, like, Kandi was visiting every 2 weeks, but she couldn't come, I guess, because of other obligations. But what Kandi said that I thought was so key, that was telling us something without telling us something, was that when he came back, they had to rebuild their trust.
Yes. That she was telling us.
So
exactly.
You know what that means.
Yes.
So within the first months of their marriage, the first 4 months, the trust was broken.
Yeah.
And what is a woman usually talking about with that?
We know what she was telling us, allegedly.
Exactly.
Okay.
So he was punishing her because he had to sign that prenup. He thought he was just going to skate on through, do what he wanted. But it was absolute punishment. And that was another thing. He used to withhold intimacy during the marriage. There was another clip going around where Kandi had come and was talking to him about, she thinks they should see a counselor because they weren't having, she said they should be intimate more than once a week. And then he basically tells her, well, you ain't no Rihanna. And she was coming to bed with the bonnet on. She was like, before they were married, when she came to bed with a bonnet on, it wasn't no issue. Why all of a sudden that he cares now?
Because he wants to humiliate her.
Exactly. And she basically just let that man have too much leeway. He never had any real romantic intentions toward her. That's what his actions show.
Well, a lot of people are saying that now because of the resurfaced clips, and they're saying, wow, Mama Joyce was right. They're saying things like that, and they're saying, and I wanted this couple to make it. It's like, we as the people we are, of course we wanted to see them make it, but we didn't know all the shenanigans this man was up to.
Exactly.
I don't want to see her in a situation where she's constantly doing what she's doing and she's being humiliated. I don't want to see that for her.
Nobody wants that for her.
And of course I would have liked for him to treat her better. And it just wasn't happening because, as she stated on her live, this has been brewing for quite a while now. So no, we don't want to see her go through that. We don't want to see him go through that, because if that's not where you want to be, then you're not going to act the way a husband should act. Exactly. And that's what we've been seeing. Exactly. We want her to be happy. We want them both to be happy. That's it. That's all.
All right, let us know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe for more, and hype up the video. Thanks for watching.